third in command of the Yule Pack. He was the third member to join the pack by the age of 16, and is the most volatile member of the pack, becoming so enraged upon learning that Jacob informed Bella about them that he turned into a wolf. He later seems to have no ill feelings towards Bella or Jacob. He's prone to angry outbursts, causing him to burst into his wolf form, but has learned to restrain himself after he imprinted on Rachel Black. Welcome to the Amagi. In today's video, we're going over the life of Paul LaHote. Before we begin, we publish new content every week, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Early life. Paul LaHote was born in Tacoma. When his parents divorced, Paul was 8. His father took him back to La Push and the tribe. He wasn't close to either Sam or Jared, though he was in the same year of school as Jared. He showed himself to be a shapeshifter after Sam Yule and Jared Cameron, roughly at the age of 16. He had his own circle of friends, so it drew attention when he abruptly stopped hanging out with them and instead became inseparable from Sam. Since he was temperamental already before his transformation, this trait was intensified afterwards. He had a great deal of difficulty controlling his temper. More than Sam or Jared, he frequently phased by accident, which forced Sam to stay close to him to keep him from being noticed. When Sam accidentally wounded Emily after a brief loss of control, Jared contacted Paul. He subsequently found Sue, who as a nurse and aware of their secret, was the perfect person to help and brought her to Emily. After this incident, Paul began to take his temper problems more seriously and improved somewhat, though he still found control more difficult than the others. New Moon. In New Moon, Paul is first present in wolf form while hunting the vampire Laurent with his pack. This notes their first confrontation with a real-life vampire and their first mission of protecting mankind. Paul is furious when Bella finds out what they are, instantly losing his temper. He phases into his wolf form and almost attacks Bella, but is stopped by Jacob and Sam. Afterwards, he joins Sam's pack in protecting Bella and Charlie from Victoria. In the movie, he first appears with the rest of the pack cliff diving. He's later seen with the pack as they are confronted by Bella outside Jacob's house. He, along with Jared, laugh at her accusation of Jacob being afraid of Sam and his pack. Angered by this, Bella slaps Paul, causing him to lose control and phase into his wolf form. As he nears to attack campfire, where he takes most of the hot dogs. After the campfire, Paul isn't directly mentioned in the book, but it's clear that he participates in guarding Bella's house in the fight against Victoria's newborn army, along with the rest of the pack and the Cullens. In the Eclipse movie, Paul, along with Quill and Embry, chase after Victoria after she is forced to cross into their lands to evade the Cullens. Emmett attempts to cross over to the Quileute border while chasing Victoria, but Paul knocks him back, sending him into the river. He's later seen coming out of Emily's house, mocking Jacob's obsessive inner monologue in front of Bella. Along with the rest of the pack, Paul attends the training session to learn how to fight Victoria's army. During the fight in the movie, 2 newborn vampires climb onto his back, making him unable to attack until Emmett throws off one of them, and Paul flings off and destroys the other. He later helps Sam destroy the newborn that shattered Jacob's bones. After the fight, he carries the injured Jacob back to his house, and is last seen when Bella walks up while Paul and the others are waiting outside of their house, while Carlisle is tending to his wounds. Breaking Dawn. Sometime before Breaking Dawn, Rachel Black, Jacob's older sister, comes home after graduating from college, and Paul imprinted on her while walking down the beach. He then tells her everything, and Rachel agrees to stay in La Push for a while to see how things work out for them. Though Billy Black and Jacob are happy to have Rachel at home longer, they are greatly annoyed by Paul for always being at their house, constantly using their television and eating their food. Billy deals with his presence by staying at the Clearwaters to keep Sue company. One day, Jacob finds him overly annoying as he was eating all the food and being obsessive about controlling the TV. Jacob punches him in the face and breaks his nose after he playfully agrees not to tell Rachel if he does. But to Jacob's surprise and annoyance, he remains calm and doesn't fight back. This is because Paul is learning hard to restrain himself for Rachel's sake. He's present during Jacob and Jared's conversation about how to deal with Bella's pregnancy after Jacob, Seth, and Leah broke away from Sam's pack. The situation resolved after Jacob imprinted on the newborn baby Renesmee Cullen, which makes her untouchable by the other pack members. In Breaking Dawn Part 1, he appears on the beach with Rachel and playing soccer with his fellow pack members. He's present during Jacob's refusal to continue to follow Sam. He, Jared, Embry, and Quill later confront the Black Pack. He informs them that the Quileute lands were no longer their territory. After being informed by Jacob that he would kill Renesmee, Paul angrily realizes after hearing Colin and Brady's howls that they were being tricked to let Carlisle, Esme, and Emmett hunt on their lands, then storms off with the others. He later spies on the Cullens, and after seeing Jacob crying over Bella's supposed death, he informs Sam that she is dead. He later fights with his pack against the Cullens. He was kicked off of Esme by Emmett, who later assists Leah in fighting him off at the back of the house. He later retreats with the rest of the pack after Jacob informs Sam that he imprinted on Renesmee. Paul's last appearance in the saga is during the Volturi's trial against the Cullens for having committed a crime by creating an immortal child, with Bella protecting him and his pack. By this time, their pack has expanded to 9 due to the increasing numbers of additional vampires. In Alice's vision of the battle, Paul is shown destroying a Volturi guard after the latter throws Colin Littlesea aside. He's later shown to be struggling against a Volturi guard who begins to strangle Paul. He does die in Alice's vision, as his body is found laying in the snow when Bella is thrown by arrow. In the end, however, the battle doesn't happen. After the situation was cleared, Paul returns to improving his restraint in hopes of someday becoming strong enough to leave the pack for Rachel. Personality and traits. Paul is described as annoying, very short-tempered, which sets off his transformation frequently, cocky and dominating, despite his young age. In Breaking Dawn, he learns to control his temper and keep himself from phasing, as when he gets punched in the face by Jacob. This is due to his newfound love for Jacob's sister, Rachel Black, whom he imprinted on and has promised to learn to control his anger so that he may someday stop phasing altogether and leave town with her. He can, however, be fun-loving and childish. Etymology. Paul's name is derived from the name of one of Stephenie Meyer's brothers, after Stephanie's sibling